As a student, organization has always been one of my problems. But recently, one device that really helps me in all of this is my iPad. And with its competitive pricing right now, I think it's the iPad to buy if you're a person like me. All I really need are my iPad and laptop, and they can be easily carried in a small sleeve, but I always prefer to have my backpack. The main thing I use my iPad for is note keeping. My handwriting is terrible. While the OneNote app doesn't really improve that, it does for sure improve my organizational skills in terms of note keeping. Besides having the option to choose out of the many pen colors that you can have, I really like this idea that you can just select whatever you want and then copy it and modify it. So for example, in this lecture I use this flowchart a lot and then I modify it. And I don't really need to draw it all over again. On paper I would definitely have to do that. Another thing that I probably use every day is this instant syncing between the OneNote on my iPad and the OneNote on my laptop. I usually always use this when I want to submit a homework or something. I just sync it to my laptop and then export it as a PDF and just submit it. And you can also do that from the iPad itself. It's also really easy to have more than one notebook. So basically you'd have a notebook for each class and you can access all that from the OneNote app without really having to carry multiple notebooks or, a big, large notebook just for every class. While writing on this thing is a joy, glare is something definitely to consider. At the wrong angle, it can be really painful to write. One thing that Apple could definitely improve upon is the Apple Pen integration into the OS itself. It feels like this pen is just something they added later on. For example, if I'm on a Wikipedia page and I want to take a screenshot of something, I'd have to physically screenshot the device, then copy it to somewhere else. There's no button physically on the pen to just, circle around the area that I want and copy it to any program, just like Samsung tablets. It feels like Samsung has that polished much more than Apple. It just feels like the pen is in the system itself. While here, it feels like this pen is just something that you can have if you want, but it doesn't really feel like it's into the system yet. Charging the pen usually takes no more than 5 minutes. Now, the thing about this though, it's hilarious to charge. It does come with a lightning adapter, so you could do that too, but I really find it convenient that you can just charge it on the go. I mean, it does look hilarious, but does work. I'd say one of the main strong things about this tablet is just using it as a tablet. It's pretty smooth and fluid, and while the bezels are not the sexiest out there, it really doesn't look that bad. And to save the best for last, this is something that I never thought I'd really need, but it really improves my workflow. Now, you can use the iPad as a second screen monitor, and there's a lot of apps for that. The app that I usually use, or the app that I use, is Do It app. And the thing about this is that you don't really need an internet connection or anything, just plug in your tablet and use it as a second screen. I could code and at the same time look at some, guide online. I could do two things at once, which is really convenient. Finally, the price. Now the new iPad Air starts at $500 and include the pen, that's $600, not including taxes and stuff like that. While this iPad starts at $260, including the pen, it's $360. I think that's the best bang for your buck when you talk about Apple. It's really interesting how finally you have an Apple device that actually is well priced. Well, that wraps up my quick review of the iPad. If you do like this video, please do like it and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.